she's smooth, man. She's as much business as you can imagine. I mean, she can be just hard-nosed business, but in the background there's always that soft heart, that compassionate side of her. She sees people, she sees their needs, and she always wants to respond to those needs. She's just terrific.
Amazed and somewhat in awe of what she has done, how she's always balanced work and family and prioritized it, and also had time to volunteer with school and church and Georgia Society, and just she has had an amazing career and yet been able to balance it so well and have an amazing family and family life. And
what's amazing about Debbie is that she is a CPA. You all know that. She's a wife of 40 years, a mom of 2 great sons, a grandmother, long involved in her community and her church, and she serves all of these roles with such great passion and intensity. Might not be the right word, it's just commitment, and it's a quiet sort of commitment. She's just there. You need her, she's there. You need her to have an opinion, she has it. She doesn't have an opinion, she's not going to waste your time. She is the consummate professional, the ultimate friend, and it's just a true blessing to have her in our community and in our organization and in my life.
I have been here 9 years at Thaw & Company, and I can honestly say that Daryl and Debbie are the best bosses I have ever had. Debbie is, she's a little girl, but there is so much in that small package. She's kind of like dynamite. And I may or may not have been slightly terrified of her when I first met her. She seems to be all business when you first meet her, but then when you get to know her, she's really, really sweet on the inside, kind of like creme brulee.
When I started school, I was an undecided major, and they stuck me in the nursing department, which was not a good fit. So I said, no, nursing's not for me. So my next semester, when I went to advising, I was in the business department, and my advisor was a young lady, professor, and she said, hey, you need to be an accountant. You need to be an accounting major, and one day you can be a CPA. So that's kind of how I ended up on that path. She took me under her wing and nurtured me and led me through the program, and I was very thankful for that. Got that first job and moved to St. Simon's. The firm was in Brunswick. I had just turned 21 about 2 weeks before I started my job. I was very young. At the firm, I met Daryl. He worked there, and it was sort of a taboo thing, no office relationships. So eventually one of us left. The partners were very gracious, and they understood. And helped me find another job, and after that I went to the hospital as an internal auditor, and I worked there for about 2.5 years, and during that time Daryl had left the firm and also had started his own firm, so that's when we started working together, doing our own thing. The biggest thing is everybody says, oh, how do you do that? How do you work together? And it hadn't been a challenge for us. We kind of do our own thing. We have our own clients.
It just gets more impressive every day that the 2 people could spend that much time together and still maintain this strong a relationship as they have.
Blessed again that our son is working with us, and I think I've told everybody that he's our retirement plan, and he knows that.
Instead of cooking dinner, we're doing tax returns here at the office. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. Well, I started my career in accounting at Cherry Beckert in Augusta. My now wife was in dental school, and she got an opportunity down here, and Cherry Beckert let me work remotely for a long time, and eventually the timing was just right for me to move over to Thaw & Company and start learning how to do taxes. But she's always nice to everybody. I can't be nice to everybody all the time.
So it's just a family. It's a family business, and that's where we thrive. We help family businesses. That's where most of our practice is centered around, small family businesses.
So I think it's been great for Jay to have a spot in the Thaw office building so that he can connect with his parents and learn from them and how they've been able to establish such a great business in the Golden Isles, and then to also connect with his brother. So when Taylor moved back as well and joined their accounting firm, the dynamic has just been really cool to watch, to see from a family perspective, but also to see how well they've done as business people in the community too. So it's fun to watch them learn from each other, to grow with each other, to get excited about what's ahead, and to cheer each other on in successes, and to be with each other when there's challenges and to work through those as well.
Yeah, it's been great being back, being able to work with them. We share some clients. We share a fair amount of business upstairs to downstairs, just by virtue of the practices. It's great having built-in grandparents. That certainly helps. My practice has, I don't know if it helps their practice, but it helps my practice because then I can work more.
She's proven out just like I thought this year. She's led with style and grace and compassion. I'll tell you, when we found out that Debbie was going to be incoming chair, I was so excited. I was excited for her, but I was excited for the society. Being able to do things together without a planned schedule, you know what I mean? We'll be able to go and do, we've been really dying to get back in that motorhome and go somewhere, and we just haven't had the time. So we're looking forward to that.
Being chair has been a wonderful experience. It's a humbling experience for which I am truly thankful and that I got the opportunity to do that. My favorite part about being the chair is visiting the students and talking to the students at the various small colleges and universities and encouraging them along their journey to becoming a CPA. The chapter meetings are also a highlight when we get to meet the people that you don't see necessarily at council meetings or at convention, just getting to meet the people that are out there doing the work every day that aren't necessarily recognized for doing that.
My wife, Kristen, will tell you that the moment she and Debbie met, they were like sisters who had been separated at birth. They both love their favorite place, which is the beach, and they have so much more in common than that. So getting through all the professional stuff and the things that matter to the organization and the state of Georgia, she's just a blessing in our family as well.